Jordan was 15 when we found out he had cancer. It was a big shock, caused a lot of stress. He was a happy lad, relaxed. He was going to be one of life's high achievers, very academic. Chip off the old block, really. But then things changed. Not for the better. He became very angry, stressed, started self-harming. Didn't know what to do. His grades were suffering. Wasn't concentrating and focusing at school. Got behind with his work. What were we going to do if he didn't achieve his grades? We were really struggling. It was at that point that school suggested we see Rosie at Key to have some family therapy.
I remember the first day I met Rosie at Key. School had told me so much about it and how it could help, but I never really thought that so much of it was about how I challenged myself. I was very sad when I first started Key. I had decided that my cancer was going to end badly. I was working myself half to death trying to keep up with schoolwork, and there was just a lot of pressure from my family and from school. I was just very angry at the cancer, and I was frustrated that I couldn't go out and do things that most teenagers were doing. My friends would leave me out of things because they didn't really understand. And that anger and that frustration, that led me to self-harm. Just stabbing myself with needles and pens. And I'd get to school and I'd just start to cry. And I knew that the teachers were worried, but they just didn't know what to do with me.
Rosie asked us to take a step back and to look at what the possibilities could be and how we could help. That was a real light bulb moment for us. All that we'd been doing was saying, you must do this, you have to do that. And even when things started getting better, you must catch up, you must do your work. What are you going to do if you can't? We weren't considering the impact it was having. Rosie then asked us, what could you do? How could you help relieve the pressure? It was then we started considering his mental health. And at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world if he didn't pass his exams, he can always resit. Ultimately, he's our son, and that's what's most important. And that's what really helped. Rosie helped us take a step back and to look at what the possibilities were.
Key has helped me realise so many things, and they've never really told me what I should think. But I think one of the biggest things that was making me unhappy was that I liked to talk about my cancer and how it was affecting me. And I never really thought about the effect that that had on other people. But I understand now that for a lot of people it is a lot to cope with. Especially when I'm just talking about it 24/7. I just learned that not everything's about me. Rosie taught me that I can play this two ways. I could be the victim, or poor Jordan, life's miserable, he has cancer. And she's shown me how other people react to people who just try and play the victim. They either get bored and just ignore it, or they victimise people. And that's exactly what was happening to me. Rosie challenged me to understand when I was being a victim, so that I could overcome that and become the victor. And now I can see the good in things, and I can celebrate and appreciate the good in things. Key also introduced me to mindfulness, which is something I would never see myself doing. I mean, you sort of think that it's sort of for like hippie yoga type people, but it's not. I've learned to take control of my breathing, and when I can control my breathing, I just feel a lot more calm and peaceful. And because I can control my breath, I can control my mind. And I know that as long as I don't hang on to all this stress, then it's quickly just going to pass by. I know now that every day I can make a choice whether or not this is going to be a good day or a bad day. And now the self-harming's in the past, and I'm getting on well with my work. I know that life isn't going to be terrible, even if I don't get perfect grades.
We had several sessions with Rosie at Key as a family together. I can always remember the look on Jordan's face when we told him his grades didn't matter at all. His stress receded, he had more life in him again. Our priorities shifted. We were all singing from the same hymn sheet. We were a family together again. Now as a family, we can deal with anything, whatever comes our way.